Hello! I wanted to try a different intro this time, so I was thinking I'd see if that one works or not, and it looks like it might have just worked. Hello, I am Rycon, and welcome to the Town Hall. It's good to see you all here. I trust that you can hear me and see me. Just doing those very, very early tests, as some of you are going to be filtering in now. We're running with maybe a 5 to 6 second delay today, which is probably a little bit better than normal. There doesn't seem to be any way to exactly get that down, but yeah, I can see that you've all seen my face now, so I trust that you can hear me okay, and that everything is going fine for you, wherever you are in the world, be it morning, afternoon, or evening. It is good to see you all here again, and I can't believe it's been another month. They go by so damn fast. I'm just going to check in the chat now, make sure that we are doing okay. Yeah, it seems like we're doing okay, and I apologize those of you who I have interrupted who are watching Zealand currently. You'll be able to return to your regularly scheduled broadcast shortly after this message, and also do note that Logan's Tale is going to be coming out just after this as well, so essentially an hour from now Logan is going to be dropping, so you got both of those things today. But it's fantastic to see you all. Thank you for the comments on the beard. Yeah, we're trying something different there. We're trying something different, trying something new. But like I said, I can't believe it's been a month already since the last Town Hall, and you'll notice that things are slightly different behind me today. We're running with something of a more horror theme, and that's in line with Zealand, which has come out today. So if you haven't seen it yet, if you don't know what Zealand is, first of all, I'll give you a little bit of a lowdown. I'm assuming that most of you do know what Zealand is, but Zealand is a post-apocalyptic survival horror pen and paper role-playing game that I have created in collaboration with Stormforge Productions. It is something that I have been working on for about 3 to 4 years. It's a game that I started playing with my group of friends like 3 years ago, and actually 4 now, and it was just for fun. It was just for the hell of it when I first started playing, and I guess it was a part of me that also wanted to find out how far I could push my friends mentally before I break them. But all our friendships remained intact. We survived that experience to a degree. And I can see that a number of you have already seen Zealand, so we are going to be doing something of a Q&A to start things off today. But yeah, it's a pen and paper role-playing game, which is essentially the coolest game you could ever imagine. I love pen and paper role-playing games because there are no limits to them. They are completely limitless. Your imagination is the only bounds. Although in saying that, there are some rules which control that world and stop you from flying around and firing laser beams and all the rest. It is a controlled joint a controlled joint imagination experience is the best way I can describe pen and paper role-playing games. You have one person who is the GM, who's controlling that world, and the rest are players in it. You essentially describe your actions, what you want to do, and you occasionally use dice, and that will determine your actions, whether they're successful or not. So yeah, I'm really happy with how the first session went. That's the first part is what you're seeing today, and now there are 5 parts to each session, and each are about an hour long each. So yeah, there we go. So I thought we'd start off today with a Q&A of sorts for Zealand before we kind of continue into the regular Town Hall. So if you have any questions for Zealand, please start listing those now. I will get to all the other questions later on, so fire away. I will do all I can. Dr. V, are there any non-human races in Zealand? Yeah, I mean, every animal you can imagine. It's the world. So Zealand is taking place in our world as it stands right now. So everything that is there now is there in game, and you're able to use those things in game. We encourage people to use Google Maps, and that, you know, that's how we do all of our mapping and stuff like that, because we are playing in the real world. So yeah. Midichlorians made PEV. Nah, no way. No way. Axel is a sequel called Q-Land. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Robert Peter, you're in the middle of Zealand as well? Yeah, I tried to get it to go up early enough that most of you will have been able to see it, so we'll see. So Megan, in earlier Zealand episode, you mentioned the zombies were created by a fungus. It's not exactly a fungus. Yeah, I can't say too much without giving the actual nature of the virus away, which will be fully described in the book. Isaac Tate has designed this virus from the ground up. And I say virus, but it's more of an organism. So yeah, I think describing it as a fungus, it's not the whole ball game. So it's not just a fungus. And I wouldn't even describe it as a fungus. It is something horrifying. Yeah. So, yeah, there isn't any way to really detect it, which is also really difficult. To your mind, can infection reach animals, or does it only target a human? No, it can also affect animals. So, yeah. Martin Kelly, yeah, so same question, yeah. So animals are affected by this, and they're affected in different ways, it would seem. Us as characters, we have no idea, but as creators, we know exactly how it works, and animals are affected by it, and it can both be a boon and I guess, a negative. What's the opposite to boon? I don't know. I've never figured it out, but the opposite of boon, it can be that as well. So, yeah. Headless, will we see a stage 4 to the virus? Yeah, eventually. Given enough time, there will be change. Our generation, the generations that come after us, so not just our children, but our children's children, they will be living in a very, very different world. Yeah, so there we go. Was Triton's neighbor okay? Well, I guess we won't know. We won't know unless we go there, and we see whether or not, yeah, they are okay. Can you play it in Chernobyl? Yes, you can. You can play it anywhere you want. Chernobyl is probably, I guess, an okay place to play it. I don't recommend you going there in person, though. But yes, we haven't quite simulated radiation damages to the body yet. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to try and get these as much as possible. Sir Gaming Scotsman, using real maps are really good. Yeah, definitely. So you can use actual, like, just your actual maps, like physical maps, or I find sometimes a satellite view or even Street View can work really well in Zealand. Sorry, using Google Street View and stuff like that. That's how we do it. So if we want to see what somebody looks like from the outside, we'll use Street View, we'll check it out, we'll see what's going on. Yeah. Band Angel, how long is the YouTube series of Zealand going to go on for? As long as we survive, essentially. So this is going to be a long-term campaign that can stretch over a long period of time. When I was initially doing my campaign, that went over the span of like 2 or 3 years almost. So we could be looking at something similar. So hopefully Isaac will stay interested in telling this story, and I'm sure he will. But the idea of Zealand is that it's meant to be, you know, just not a one-night thing. It can be. It can be something that you can play very, very quickly with your friends, but it's also something that you can continue to see exactly where it's going to go, because we like to see the eventual change that happens over time. Megan Crumb, can a person be immune to the virus? There are no signs of that so far. There are no, examples of someone surviving direct contact with it once they have been infected. Yeah. Chloe Bliss, Zealand Laugh win. So, if you don't know, Chloe is one of our team members in the Zealand series. So, say hello to Chloe in the chat there. Yeah, I'm surprised we all survived so far, but we have so far. Spoiler alert: the first episode, at the very least. Yes. Let's see. Axel, can I run a Zealand base build? Blah, blah, blah. Can I run a Zealand build based around dildo weapons and whiskey? You could try. I don't know how effective it's going to be. I mean, maybe you can use the whiskey to light it on fire, and then it might, you know, and attach like a rope to it or like a chain, and then be swinging some flaming thing around in the air. That's a strange image. That's a very strange image. Axel, you're doing me wrong. You're setting me up here. Yeah. Julia, can we name a zombie after you in Zealand? We'll see. We'll see. You probably won't last for long then. Yeah. Is there a way to level up mechanic, or is it just like getting more experience? Yeah, so the way that it works starting off, if you're playing as yourself in character, if you have mechanical knowledge, you have that knowledge in game to a degree. So when you make your character, I recommend that you set your skills in a reasonable, kind of way. We've tried to get our skills to best reflect us, but the way that you would get knowledge in game is through books or from someone else teaching you. So you can get better at everything in game, but it does take time, and it takes kind of experience. Zachary, yeah, I know. I don't know how long you've been a mod for. You've been a mod for a while now, I think, man. At least I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Dan. Of course, Axel would ask a question about dildos. It's happened, yeah. Nick, can we name a character after you? Well, Nick, you'll be happy to know that the player that was missing from this session, from this chapter, his name is Nick. So I guess, you know, if you want to vicariously live in this series through Nick, you'll be able to. So there you go. You'll be able to see exactly who Nick is in the next. Yeah. Chloe, what have you said? Also, guys, for making yourself as characters pretty weird. It makes sense when you read through the character creation. Yeah, exactly. You kind of choose what works best for you. Yeah. How many sessions have we played so far? We have just played the one session, Dan. So within that one session, we've got 5 parts because we take 5 breaks during it. And that's how we're going to do the next one as well. The next one we're recording, I think, 2 weekends from now. So there shouldn't be any gap. If I'm able to kind of keep on top of the editing, we will have Zealand kind of running every week. Every Wednesday, there's going to be a new episode. So, yeah. Let's see. Can you trade with other people? Can you create communities and factions? Yes, Hugh the Hand Jackman from Cataclysm, you can indeed do that. So trade and building communities is a big part of it, but it's definitely something that's slightly later on in the game. It's something that we wouldn't be doing from day one, or within like kind of the first month of gameplay. So it's something that once the kind of dust is settled, communities will start to build up over time, be they kind of communities that are willing to work with others or ones that want to take from others. I guess it's just kind of like a natural thing. Yeah. Let's see, Ray Patrick, how many players can play? As many as you want, but I don't recommend you get too many because then it can just get a little too hectic. I think we usually play with 5, and 5 I think is a good number. I think, for the most part, I think a good key is to try and have an uneven number. If you can have an odd number of people, it means that whenever you're doing group decisions, there is always going to be that one person which will be the tie-breaking vote. Because I find whenever we do this, we always seem to like split into a camp of 2 different types of thought. And there will always be one person stuck in the center that needs to make that final decision. So I think I would recommend having an odd number of people if you can. But you can play with just 2 people. You could play with just, well, I mean, you need one person to be your game master. You can play with just 1 player if you want. It's entirely possible and just populate the world with NPCs. But really any number is fine. I wouldn't recommend going above 6 or something like that. I think you might want to split into 2 separate games then if you can. But because then it becomes a little too I guess too busy. There's too many things going on. So because there's, you know, everyone wants to have their say. So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Okay, alright, I'm going to try and catch up on some of these questions here. Peter, could Dusk or Elliot from Cataclysm show up as a random event? They may show up as characters eventually. They definitely wouldn't be as they are in Cataclysm because that doesn't quite fit into the world of Zealand. Not with the mutations and the bionics and all other kinds of things, so yeah. Axel, any weird creatures, abominations, and such as zombies? I was just going to say something horrible, but I won't. Oh god, I was gonna unleash a sick burn, but no, I won't, Axel. So any weird creatures? I guess an abomination, you could say, is one of the later stages of the infection, which we've kind of described in past videos, and yeah, it's most certainly an abomination. I won't say too much about that right now. It is. We've talked about it before, but I do want to kind of keep that as a leave it for the book or leave it till, you know, we're later in this campaign. But it's something that can happen, and yeah. Dan, when will the Apocalypse Pack submissions from Kickstarter donors be needed? We don't have a set date for that yet, but obviously the sooner the better. So if you have an idea that you want to try and get in there, let us know now. Get in contact with us on the Discord, or contact Stormforge Productions at their on their site through their contact information. Either way is perfectly fine, and, you know, feel free to make alterations as we kind of get towards a publishing date. We'll make all of those things public though, so everyone kind of knows exactly what's happening and where things are going. Alright, let's see. Normal squad is 5, so I'm good. Okay, Ray, yeah, that's pretty much a perfect number. That's a perfect number. Boldorf, what if someone betrays your group in Zealand? Well, we had that happen the first time we were playing. The first time we played Zealand, well, I wouldn't say we had someone betray our group as much as kind of screw our group over a number of times by taking actions that the group didn't kind of deem appropriate. But, yeah. it can happen, and we actually voted someone out. We voted someone out of the game, and that someone was Isaac Tate Skulk, who is our GM from Stormforge Productions. We voted him out of the group after much deliberation, and without giving too much away, that might play into this campaign of Zealand in some degree, so stay tuned on that one. Yeah. Okay, let's see, what else have we got? Okay, so Ray, how many zombie TV shows, movies, or even games have inspired this? I would have to say everything. It's the whole pop culture behind zombies, the undead, post-apocalyptic. You know, I think everything kind of inspired Zealand for me in the first place. It was just the idea that of taking the world to a place where, you know, people have to make difficult decisions to survive, and how they make them. I think I'm always interested in that, like the kind of, I guess, the more animalistic side of humanity, and how long you can kind of hold on to that initial humanity for. That's what Zealand was for me originally. It was an experiment to see how far I could push my friends, to see what they would be capable of, really. So that's kind of what I have in mind with Zealand in the first place. So the inspiration is from everywhere. Megan, do people realize how bad things really are? No, they don't, and you'll find out in this kind of first part to The Longest Night that people don't really take it seriously. Like if we think about H1N1, and even Ebola. Ebola was taken pretty seriously, but to a degree, it was just a meme for a lot of people, and that's what this is as well. This PEV virus, or the HKEV virus, has been it's just been a meme to a lot of people. So there's just been meme after meme after meme coming out about it, and even once there are examples of people becoming hyper aggressive from it, it's still very much a thing of like, oh yeah, sure, okay, yeah, zombies. I mean, like, no one's really saying the zombie word apart from, you know, the more of the kind of conspiracy theorists out there. We actually make reference to like what Alex Jones reporting on the outbreak is. So people don't really take it seriously. Let's see, Martin Kelly, you're guessing that Triton is going to be the first to be cannibalized? Yeah, we'll see. Triton's a very nice guy. As I'm sure many of you know, Scott, Triton Wolf, he's a very nice dude. So we'll see, we'll see what happens there. Axel, what's the wackiest thing that's happened in Zealand thus far? I can't really say that without giving too much away of like what happens in the later sessions, but certainly some wacky things. So yeah. Axel, the game does indeed come with memes. The freshest, most spicy memes you can imagine. Yeah, there you go. So let's see. I'm going to struggle with your name there. Tiwo Mine. So the stages of the zombies, when they reach later stages, they look less human as they go. Yeah, they certainly do, because they start to decay a little bit more, and obviously their body has just been through more. The early stages, they are pretty much, you can't tell the difference between them and a person. They just look like a super hyper aggressive person. They sound like a person as well. Like the screams and the kind of guttural noises they make, they're very much like a human that's just super aggravated. They don't sound like zombies, they don't look like zombies, and that's what makes it really difficult. It's like sometimes you just can't know what you're dealing with. You don't know if it's someone that, because that's the thing, no one, even after things start going bad, no one's saying undead, because no one's really died. No one's died from it yet, so much as they have just become super aggressive. But obviously that does change. Yeah. Alright, where are we at? Could two people in the same group kill each other? Jonas, yeah, and it's entirely possible that could happen. That's the thing, is like, your actions that you take in game, they are not restricted. If you want to try and sneak up on another player and just shoot them in the back of the head, it's possible. You'd probably have to roll a sneak check to be able to do it if your GM is being kind of fair to the other player. But it's entirely possible. But then obviously you'd have to deal with the repercussions of that with the rest of your group. So yeah, I mean, it can happen. It can happen. I mean, like the last time we were playing Zealand, Scott and Skulk, Isaac Tate, they came to blows. Triton Wolf, they came to blows. So it can happen. It can happen. So yeah. All right. Where are we? Okay, I feel like now we've spent about 20 minutes on this. I know a lot of you probably have questions for other things, so I think we're going to start to broaden the horizon somewhat to kind of allow some other questions to come in here now. So, let me know, like, just if you still have questions at Zealand, just post them and I still will answer them as best I can. But if you have questions about other things, I will start to answer those now as well. And before I do, well, actually, I'll do this at the same time, but if I work everything out okay here, I should be able to make myself disappear. I'm now invisible. You can hear me, but you cannot see me. And I'm going to get some artwork rolling. So this is artwork that I have received on the Discord channel, and this is last month and this month's art, and there is a decent amount of it. So I'm going to let this roll on by for a little while I answer some more questions as we're going. And actually, before I do that, I guess let's talk about what's happened on the channel this month. We've had a lot of firsts. Obviously, Zealand starting is one of the firsts. And before I go into some of the others, Zealand is also available as a podcast. I've mentioned this on other social media so far. So if you just want to listen to it, and that's actually the way that I prefer to listen to these, is because, I mean, sometimes it's nice to have the visuals, but sometimes it's nice just to be able to listen while you're going about your day, about people going from some pretty horrific circumstances. So, if you want that podcast, the link for that will be on Facebook and Twitter, and it will also be in the description of Zealand itself. And you can subscribe to the RSS feed there, whichever podcast digesting software you have. So, yes. The art that we have here is, well, I mean, there's a whole heap of different art, but I guess the majority of the art is from Walker, and Walker did a fantastic job of getting art out and doing a kind of countdown for Outlast, the latest series that we've started, which is Outlast 2. Now, I did roleplays of both Outlast and Whistleblower, and they're probably some of my most favorite roleplays I've done so far. And Outlast 2 was so much fun. Me and Triton Wolf went out into the bush. I know, we went out into the bush and we recorded this little live action intro, which was a hell of a lot of fun. We had a lot of... I mean, he just dragged me around the woods. It was good. It was good. It was good fun. But so far, Outlast 2 has been a hell of a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen that yet, I do recommend you checking it out. Although I do have to mention that Outlast 2 is a lot darker and a lot more, I guess, junky than the first two were. There is a lot of there's a lot of nudity, there's a lot of violence, obviously being an Outlast game, but I guess it's just all a little bit more in your face this time round. So if that disturbs you, then I guess, yeah, don't watch that series. Stay away from that one. But I highly recommend, if you are even the slightest bit interested, check out the first episode of that. And yeah, there we go. Dan, yeah, we had some fun in the bushes, so to speak. We had some fun in the bushes, yeah. Oh dear, yeah. Brock, do you remember that Teen Choice Awards nomination? Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And Darksaber, has Leon fallen in love with Serrano? Well, I guess it depends. Like, what do you think about that? I feel like Leon has semi-made his feelings clear in the series, but Leon is ambiguous as always. He never says things straight and as they are. He's always very guarded with his feelings and his words. So, yes. From Outlast 2, how many times have you died trying to get through some of the areas? I haven't actually died yet, Martin. I'm yet to die in Outlast, which I guess is it surprised me. But yeah, I'm certainly enjoying it so far. Would you rather question from Tavern. Okay, what do we got? So, would you rather be in the Zealand universe or the Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead universe? I feel like I would probably still want to be in the Zealand universe, because at least in Zealand we don't have the kind of multi-dimensional horrors that we have in Cataclysm. So, yeah. It's a little safer, just by a little bit. So, yeah. David... Let's see, when will season 4 of Leon's Tale come out? It is going to be coming out this month. I am putting my foot down on that one. I'm making sure it does come out this month. And same thing with Synthesis, Dan. I haven't had as much time to work on those as I thought I would have. So, yeah, we're going to be getting those out this month, 100%. I have been working on them. I just haven't been able to kind of finalize them and finish them off. There's been a lot of firsts this month. Obviously, Outlast 2 coming out, and having Zealand launch as well, the campaign series. So it's taken a little bit more time. So yeah, there we go. Let's see, Jonas Rycon. What if your character dies / gets kicked out of the group? Will the series end? No, the series will indeed continue. I will still be there no matter what. And I know that Triton has talked about this in the comment section of the first episode. In that. Yeah, I think Triton's saying that he might not stick around if that were to happen, but yeah, I guess it's a tough question, because I think what makes it great is that the fact that, you know, we can die, and we probably will die at some point. So yeah, our characters will certainly die. I think there's an opportunity for us to come back in some form in the future, because I think if the series is just down to having one person and the GM, then it wouldn't really be as interesting. You need to have the drama and the tension that comes from having other people there. So I think we will look at coming back as another character in time, but obviously it wouldn't be us, so it wouldn't be the same. So it's the punishment is definitely still there. Losing a character never feels good, but losing a character that's yourself, that's even worse. You know, you want to try and survive as long as you can. So the door will definitely be open for us to return as another character in time, but we wouldn't just kind of shoehorn someone in. Yeah. Chloe, yeah, you're saying you're going to come back as someone else. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like I would come back as someone else, but yeah, a very different character, no doubt. But that's all up to the GM. That's GM discretion, you know, at the end of the day. Yeah. Band Angel, are you, or rather Lucia, going to do the Ethereum Shards quest? I'm not so sure. I feel like there might be other things along that journey that disrupt that, potentially. We'll see how it goes, but like that's given her a direction and a purpose for the time being, so that's what she's going to be doing for then, at the very least. Tavern, let's see, if Rycon cured his vampirism, so Leon, right? Werewolf, yeah, you're saying werewolf, yeah, right, okay. Well, no, I suppose not, but it's not an easy thing to cure, is it? And he doesn't really know how to, so I don't think that's something that we'll be seeing anytime soon. Dan, which of your characters would you say is the best balanced? All seem to have some issues. Yeah, I think that's important with role-playing, is having some kind of... I guess negative traits, but who's the best balanced out of all of them? Gosh, I don't know. That's a tough choice, because they all have their faults, so to speak. But yeah, the best balanced. Gosh, I don't know. I feel like Leon has somewhat found balance now, and he's definitely got his head screwed on more than Logan. I feel like Logan at the moment is well, he is he's in a weird place. Yeah. Megan, why did I create Logan with amnesia? Because that's how you start. That's how you start New Vegas. Your character starts with amnesia, with not knowing where they are, where they've been to, where they've come from. They don't know anything about themselves, other than the fact that they were a courier before, apparently, and they were carrying this chip, and they don't in-game know anything more than that at that stage. And plus, because that was my very, very first roleplay, it was a way for me to kind of get into role-playing and not have to know everything that is in the New Vegas world. Like, I played through New Vegas before, but yeah, it's I think it's a good way to start if you can. If it's your first roleplay, starting it with a character that has amnesia, it can help. It can be good. And it also allowed me to kind of have his prequel be opened, because I didn't want to do a Fallout 3 roleplay initially, because when I was first doing the New Vegas roleplay, Inferno Canuck, who initially inspired me to do roleplays in the first place, was doing a roleplay series in Fallout 3. So I didn't want to kind of like tread on his material. And so after a long time, I decided that, well, I feel like now enough time has passed, I feel like I should be able to jump into it. So yeah, there we go. I think we are very near the end of the roll. I think this is the last piece here. Oh no, it's kind of doing it random. I don't know if it's covered everything yet or not. I feel like it must be close to. Must be close. Must be close. Yeah. Hey Scott, how's it going? From one Scott to another, good to see you. Martin Kelly, have you had any IP ideas hiding in the wings? Oh, I've always got things in the wings. More things that I'd want to do, but nothing that I have the time to do just yet. If there were more hours in the day, I would make more. Yeah. There's always more that I want to be doing, that's for sure, so, yeah. Oh, Axel, have you seen some of your work in there? Oh, dear. Okay, it looks like we are back at the start, so I'm going to remove this for the time being, and I'm going to pop back onto the screen. Hello, this is me. I have returned, and you know what? We are halfway through. We are at the 30-minute mark, and that means that we need to announce this month's Legionnaire of the Month, the Lotum. If you don't know what the Lotum is, it is the Legionnaire of the Month. It's someone that we select that has kind of gone above and beyond. There are a number of different kind of things that someone can be nominated to be the Lotum for. Others can nominate them, or I can nominate them themselves. And this month I have nominated the Lotum. So thank you very much to Nick Moore. You've done a fantastic job at being a Lotum. You're humble, and you're still making these amazing posts every single time we release a video. I say we, I mean me. I'm the only person working on this. I say we sometimes because, you know, this is our baby, you know, this channel. It's something that we've grown together. It's not just me. So there we go. Okay, all right. So without further ado, it is time to announce this month's Legionnaire of the Month. And congratulations, it is, boom, up the top there. My thing is turned around the wrong way. It's up here. Scott Bayer, congratulations. I just saw you pop into the chat just a moment before, and that was very, very well timed. So congratulations. You are this month's Legionnaire of the Month. Oh, I didn't do a drum roll. Damn it. Well, Axel, you were doing noises, and Panda, thank you very much for your drum roll. I appreciate it. So congratulations, Scott. You are the Legionnaire of the Month. And the reason you are the Legionnaire of the Month this month is the quality and quantity of your comments across every single video, every single series. I'm now losing my voice. So congratulations, and thank you very much for your service. It is, as always, appreciated. Oh, okay. That was a lot of talking in one go. I'm gonna need a second. I know, I'm so sorry, everyone. I totally forgot the drum roll. I totally forgot. I've been doing this for like, this is the 14th Town Hall now, and I've goddamn forgot the drum roll. Here we go. We'll chuck this one out. There we go. That's my amazing drum roll. It's still gotten just as good, right? Oh dear. I still need to get that mini drum kit. I don't have it yet, so yeah, there we go. It's rigged. His name is Scott. Yeah, I know. I guess I am kind of playing favoritisms now, right? There've been two Legionnaires of the Month that both have the name Scott, and I also have the name Scott, so I guess I am playing favorites. It's Scottish. It's a Scottish society. What can I say? Yeah. Let's see. Megan, you have a question. Since time is a loose concept in your roleplays, how much time has passed in Skyrim from the beginning to where it is now? Well, I guess we don't know exact amounts. We know that there were 3 months between Season 2 and Season 3. As to how much time has passed between the first and second season, I'm not so sure. Because for the most part, like, it hasn't actually been all that long. It's certainly been under a year, and I know that's a lot of things to happen in a year to Leon. Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult to put my finger on as to how long it actually has been. So, yeah. Walker, you're asking Blake, what do you think of the cult in the town? Well, I don't think he's had enough experience with them just yet to kind of wrap things up, but he would probably think that they're all fucking crazy. Yeah. I think that would be it. Yeah. Oh, Scottish, Martin. Very good. Yeah, Scottish. Scottish does help. There you go, Martin. Oh, dear. Let's see, Dr. V, with the release of the first part in the Beyond Skyrim project, would I consider role-playing this series myself? Yeah, I would like to take Leon there eventually, but I probably want to try and see a little bit more of what's going on with that, so yeah. Yeah, so Gaming Scotsman, you are also Lotum. Oh my god, I am playing favorites. I am totally playing favorites, oh my gosh. That is terrible. Oh no. It's true. It's true. Ethan, you have been in a car from 5 a.m. Wow, damn. This is a difficult thing with these town halls, is getting a time that actually suits and matches everyone is quite difficult. I think, yeah, it's impossible to get a time that actually kind of fixes and works for everyone, but I do my best. I'm trying to keep it at a more kind of regular time so that everyone kind of knows when it's going to be each month. When the first of the month falls on the weekend, that makes it really easy. But for the most part, we're going to make sure that these are happening in a weekend so that everyone has a little bit more time to kind of play with. Yeah. Ethan, will I ever do a Fallout 4 roleplay? There is one in the works at the moment. I'm still finishing off Synthesis, but that is the prequel for the main series, and yes, that is coming together. Something that I haven't talked about yet, and that is my Rycon Recommends for the month. And now, if you want to know what those recommendations are, if you look in the description below, I have linked 2 links. There are 2 recommendations this month, and I will talk about the YouTube-related one first, and that is, I stumbled upon this on Reddit. There is a YouTuber named Air Force Proud 95, and the video I have linked is Air Traffic Controller tries to leave the tower, Flight Sim X multiplayer, and I have to admit, I laughed so friggin' hard. I was sore after this video. I kind of almost see it as role-playing, because it's people that are playing on a multiplayer version of Flight Sim 10, and it is just so freaking good. I found it absolutely hilarious, so I recommend checking that one out 100%. Really, really funny. I haven't had a chance to check out the rest of Air Force Proud's material yet, but yeah, you probably know who he is more than I know who he is, but that video blew up on Reddit, and I just think it's absolutely freaking hilarious, so highly recommend you check it out. And the other link that I have on there, my other recommendation for the month, is American Gods. If you haven't seen it yet, I would 100% recommend watching that series. I am in love with that series. There are only 8 episodes that are out. That's the whole first season, and they are all out now. And it is just phenomenal. From the music to the script to the acting, it is just all on point. And it's a phenomenal series, so I recommend checking out the trailer. That is in the description below, and yeah, you will not regret watching that series. You know, watch the first one. If you're not quite hooked up yet, give the second one a try and see how it goes, because yeah, oh, it's so freaking good. Ray Patrick, what was that Rick and Morty thing that you recommended last Town Hall? It still should be in the description. Essentially, it was like The Meaning of Life by Dan Harmon, and it was so good. I thought it was awesome. It was really, really cool. Oh, sorry, Walker, I didn't do Blake's voice. I'll try and do it later. Yeah, so Gaming Scotsman, highly recommend that you check out American Gods. It is just so freaking good. I can't contain my love for that series. It is just phenomenal. It's got me. I'm actually listening to the audiobook at the moment now, which I know is bad. I should wait until the series is kind of finished, but I need more. I've got a hunger for it, and I feel like the book is slightly different from the show, so yeah. But Neil Gaiman's the writer, and it's his words are just fantastic, and they flow right through into the show, and it's just so yeah. I think the music gets me as well. The music in that show is just so good, and it's unlike any kind of series that I've heard so far. It really does stand out amongst the crowd. It's like this crazy jazz that's just, yeah, it is. It's something else. It's really good. Boldorf Smokebane, I love your name. It's fantastic. Yes, we did pass the $500 goal on Patreon. The website is in the works at the moment, and I'm going to be talking to all of you, the patrons, about what we want to do with it, how we want to try and turn it into like a community hub, a place for other people to share their roleplay videos. That's the kind of place that I want to make it to be, is that I want it to be somewhere where people can share their own material as well, and also find role-playing games, you know, other kind of like online pen and paper role-playing games where people can set up games for Zealand, where people can share their stories from Zealand, and just, yeah, all those other good things. I haven't seen Harmon Quest yet, Robot Peter, or Robo Peter. I haven't seen Harmon Quest yet, but it looks awesome. I watched like the first few seconds of it, and I was like, damn, it's the production quality on that is freaking good. They're really, like, Dan Harmon's doing pretty good at the moment. Let's see, Yulia, in Outlast 2, how do you know when to stop talking because your character has dialogue? For the most part, I removed Blake's dialogue. There are only a few key scenes in which it still needs to be in there, because the way that I remove Blake's voice from the general game is I just delete his voice files. But the cinematic moments where you can't really control what's happening, that's kind of hard coded in there, and so there's no way for me to remove it. So what I would usually do is just try and take sound from elsewhere in that scene and then paste it over that and then just voice over. But there are some scenes where there is dialogue overlap between him and Lynn, and it doesn't really work out. So the helicopter crash at the start, I managed to fully voice that myself, but the next scene, I wasn't able to do that because there is just too much overlap. So unfortunately, didn't kind of work out. Zachary, does Fear the Walking Dead get better after season 1? It does. I like Fear more than The Walking Dead right now, and I know that's a controversial opinion to have, but I freaking love that show. Season 3 has been fantastic so far. It's been really, really good. So if you haven't seen Fear yet, check it. I mean, it's good. I mean, the first season is good, but I think the second, I feel like it takes a little bit to get going, but not too long. I still really enjoyed it just because it's all things that we've never really seen before in the Walking Dead universe, so 100% recommend it. Let's see. What do we have next? Axel, would you rather go on a date with Logan or Leon? I mean, it's got to be Leon, right? I think Logan's just a little too... They're both, I guess they're both... they both have their quirks, right? But I think Leon would be better, right? He'd definitely be better. I think Logan's a little too far, out of it. Little Black Duck, I know, I promised the bread RP. It's got to be. I've got to get it. I've got to get that going 100%, because I know I didn't get round to doing a video for when we kind of went over 40,000 Legionnaires. It was just, yeah, it's one of those things where like it came up so quickly, and I didn't really have enough time to prepare for that. The same thing with the 1,000 videos. We've got over 1,000 videos on the channel now, and I didn't really have a chance to prepare anything for that either, because at the moment my schedule, I've got kind of chock-a-blocked. I'm trying to fill it as much as I can with all of these different series, so our bread RP is going to happen, definitely. Featherhead Fletch, are you a Game of Thrones fan? Yes, I am. Who's my favorite character? I would have to say it would be... Oh, no. Why? This is frustrating when I try and think of something and it's just completely gone. Oberyn Martell. Oberyn Martell was my favorite character, hands down, because Pedro just played him so freaking well. He was so charismatic. Oh, it was the best. It was the best. So he's my favorite character, I think, in Thrones. But, yeah. Axel, have I got any new tattoos? No, I haven't yet. It's still on the cards. I think it's probably going to be another month or so before I can kind of get that one. Yeah. Boldorf, I'm going to have to plan something for 50 because we are approaching that number at a pretty fast rate. So, yeah, we're gonna have to plan something pretty damn cool for that. But I think we'll be able to plan something together. I'm sure. Nick Moore, yes, we do have a Rust server, which has recently been set up. It's been set up, apparently. No, it's been set up by Nick Moore and Triton Wolf. So if you are into Rust at all, jump onto the Discord server, our Discord channel that we have. The link for that is down in the description below. Have a chat to them and get involved. We're going to be trying to turn it into a roleplay server eventually. I haven't had enough time to jump onto it just yet, but we are going to be trying to cover some of the events that end up happening on that. So if you are into Rust, I recommend that you check it out. Alright, what do we got? Character karaoke for 50k. Yeah, I mean, I know I said I was going to do that for 40, but we never quite got there, did we? Yeah. Gildo. Jubilee plus Logan. Logobee. Yep, Logobee is a thing. Yeah. Dan, do I have a slightly older game that I can come back to and just have a blast with? I feel like Morrowind is that game for me. I freaking love going back to Morrowind. I really, really enjoy it. So, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, where are we? Let's see. Ethan, will I ever play as someone who wants to do the right thing? Or will I ever roleplay as someone who only cares about money? I feel like some of our characters are a bit of both of those. I mean, I think like Logan is like that at the moment now, where he wants to do the right thing. He's very self-righteous, super self-righteous, especially after the events that kind of happened at Point Lookout. He's super self-righteous, and he kind of takes it upon himself to do his thing and judge people big time. Dan, I need to reach out to Mathis about getting into Lost Initiative. I would love to be in Lost Initiative. I've followed Mathis since his Project Zomboid back in the day, and I think his channel is fantastic. I think Mathis is an awesome dude, and if I ever got the chance to kind of collaborate with him or do work with him in the future, that would be awesome. And something like Lost Initiative would be pretty cool. Yeah. Will I ever do Metro Last Light? Yeah, I mean, I want to, but that's the same kind of reason that I haven't done any of the Stalker series yet, is because my Russian accent is just horrifically bad. Maybe I might be able to try and roleplay as someone that isn't a Russian and has somehow ended up in that scenario, but I just feel like if I could pull off a Russian accent properly, it would be good. So I might just have to do some more practice and see if I can do that eventually. Yeah. Miserable Get, 50k Dusk singing. Yeah, we'll get there. I think I want to try and do one with where every single character has a part in there somewhere where they get to sing. So, yeah. Oh, dear. Featherhead, where do I want Elder Scrolls 6 to be set? I honestly don't know. I'm not ready for the Elder Scrolls 6 yet. I still want it to be another good at least 2 years before that game comes out. And I know that's a weird, opinion to have, but I don't think we need it yet. I know a lot of people want it right now, but I would want them to be spending as much time as possible to try and turn it into something truly, awesome. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what I want it. I honestly don't know where I want it to be set. Yeah, anywhere. I mean, I'll eat it up no matter what it is. It'll be great. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Dan, you're working on something. You're working on something for me, but it's nowhere near completed. But it could be pretty cool. Well, I'll be happy to see that when it is completed. Make sure that you put that in the fan art section on the Discord so I can catch that and chuck it into the next montage. Brock, what's your favorite? What's my favorite or least favorite roleplay series that you did? My favorite would have to be gosh, I'd have to say Whistleblower. It's definitely one of the two Outlasts, but I have to say Whistleblower. And the reason I say it's my favorite roleplay is just because of the places that character got to go to was what made it the best thing for me. I mean, I love Leon's Tale, I love Logan's Tale, but I think I enjoyed those the most because it pushed me so far, so much further than any of those games could. So I think that's why I enjoy it so much. Yeah. So I'd have to say, as for my least favorite would probably be The Division. And I don't know why it's gone up my head. This is the lack of coffee starting to hit me now. I can't believe I've forgotten his name already. That's how much. It just shows how much I've kind of put it on my mind for now. Swanson's Tale. So the reason that was my least favorite was just because of the world of The Division, and the game itself really didn't kind of work with role-playing that well. It took a lot of suspension of disbelief. So yeah, that's the reason why. Yeah. Let's see, Martin, you have a friend who works in the newspapers over here. Would you mind if I mentioned your channel / pen peeve game to him? No, 100%, 100%, get that stuff out there in any way you want or can. 100%, that is a-okay with me. Walker, what do you think about Leon and Logan? Right, so Leon is Logan's rival in your alternative universe story. They definitely would be rivals, definitely would be. Ramston, if you're a fan of Vikings, which I am, would you? Who would my favorite character be? My favorite character would have to be Ragnar. Still, Floki like shortly afterwards, but yeah, just that journey from like season 1, just awesome, just so cool, so freaking cool. Yeah. I really hope, Dark One, I really hope they don't make Skyrim 2. I feel like they had a chance to do that with DLC, and I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, and I'm disappointed that they never did. They never really resolved the Civil War fully. I expected some kind of resolution, and it's just been left hanging. Like, the moot never happened. Like, that's what frustrated me so much in game, is that the first time I played it through, it got to the end, and it was like, okay, we're going to have this moot, we're going to decide, you know, whether or not, you know, there's going to be a new king. No, nothing. Just nothing. Just never happened. And that's what really, really disappointed me. I think towards the end of that, and I feel like Skyrim 2 would be just a cop-out, so I really hope they don't. I mean, that's the great thing about Tamriel and all of you know, the world of the Elder Scrolls, is that there's so much more that they can tell out there. So I hope that they do. I'm disappointed that they didn't have that in a DLC, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, Chloe, maybe the Civil War will be discussed, so we'll see. Yeah. Have I watched Mr. Robot? Oh my god, yes. Again, like, that's another show that I'm obsessed with. As soon as that comes out, I'm just like straight into it. That's another soundtrack that I listen to on repeat. The soundtrack for Mr. Robot is just incredible. If you have any kind of like interest in hacking or anything like that, if you haven't seen Mr. Robot yet, it is a sensationally good television series. And just because of like twists alone, the second season, I just didn't see that coming. It was just so good. Like, that writing, and Rami Malek as Elliot is just so freaking good. Just like amazing actor, incredible portrayal. So yeah, there we go. Let's see. Dan Lip, do you think Bethesda or Obsidian can pull off the crazy world that is Valenwood? Yeah, I reckon they could. If they fully commit to it, I think they can. But they need to fully commit to it. So, yeah. I reckon they would. Renoa Zoro. How long did it take to grow that majestic beard? It took a long time. I shaved this off before I went to Tokyo, not last year, but the year before that. So it's been a while. There's been a few trimmings in between, but yeah, it's been a while. Yulia, I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet. It's still on the cards. Me and Mrs. Rycon, we are definitely going to be going out to see that very, very soon, though. So we haven't seen it yet. Not yet. God damn, this has gone fast. We've only got 7 minutes left. We'll turn this into a lightning round of sorts again. If you have any other questions that you'd like to get in before the end, I will try and answer them as short and as precise as I can. So we'll jump into that. I'm never going to do this again without having a bottle of water or something nearby, because god damn, talking for an hour and not having anything close by, big mistake. I've just got an empty coffee cup and that's it. Oh, yeah. The other half, that's amazing. Yeah. Frederick Rahweder. Yeah. That's going to be the introduction, 100%. Oh, damn. Yep, it's going to be good. Do I have a PO box set up? I do not yet. It's something that I would like to do in the future. I'll try and do that in the future, although unfortunately because I'm in New Zealand, shipping can be expensive. So I would hazard against it. But I think we will eventually. Buldorf, there is more. There is another Scarlet Takes vlog in the works. We are doing, well, I've got all the footage from our final vlog in Canada, which is an apartment tour and everything. So I'm going to be cutting that together very, very soon. And we've also recorded our first vlog in New Zealand since we've been back as well. And did a little bit for Canada Day as well. So we went and ate some poutine, which was so freaking good. Oh, it's just not the same though. Poutine in New Zealand is not the same. It never will be. So, yeah. Oh dear. Henry, will I ever play a Cataclysm game without cities? Yes, I actually want to do a stream of a character that is just surviving in the wilderness with no kind of goods that you can get from cities. So, yeah, eventually. Deaudrey, would I like some fan art? Yes, I love... I don't think there's anything more than I love than seeing other people's different perspective on characters. And if you would like to send that through, I would recommend doing it through the fan art channel on the Discord. It's the easiest way for me to see it, and it's a great way to show it off to the rest of the Legion as well, so check it out if you haven't already. Dan, am I staying in New Zealand permanently? I am at this stage, yeah. New Zealand is definitely home for me. I love going to other countries and experiencing them and getting to live in them for a while. We might do something like that again in the future, but really, yeah, New Zealand's home for me. I haven't read the Dark Tower book, Scott. No, I haven't. But I am looking forward to Dark Tower. It looks awesome. Idris Elba just looks like a freaking badass as that gunslinger. Got it out in the end. Yeah. The other half. Fun fact, Otto Frederick Rodwedder was the name of the man who invented sliced bread. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Right. I like it. Well, I might take that, and I will credit you for it. I will credit you for that 100%. Yeah. Do I play any other roguelikes other than Cataclysm? I've played a little bit of... What is it called? Oh, damn it. I can't remember how to pronounce it. Caves of... Quad? Oh, no, I've forgotten it now. Caves of Qud. It's like QUD. I've played a little bit of that recently, and I'm wanting to do a series on that eventually, but there isn't quite enough there just yet. It's a pretty well kind of it's a pretty well fleshed out game, but I think I just want a little bit more before I would start doing a series on it, and I'd have to get a hell of a lot better at it as well, because it's very easy for things to go very, very wrong. Yeah, very, 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 very quickly. Caves of Qud, yeah, that's it. Caves of Qud. Thank you. You saved me there. Yeah, Riley is coming back. I promise. I promise. She is definitely coming back. She has not been forgotten. I need to get it done. Need to get it out. Need to find some time to get it done. Walker, Blake's voice. Okay, oh, it's going to be difficult to do without Water, but Blake's voice is, I mean, it's very similar to my own, but it's an American accent, but it's not as deep as Miles was. So if you have something you'd like me to say in Blake's voice, let me know, Walker, and I'll try and get it done before we wrap things up today. Deaudrey, any advice for coming up with characters? I would say find a character that you enjoy playing, but make sure that you give them faults. You know, kind of try and, you know, keep them human. Like Logan and Leon, they definitely have their faults, and I play upon those a lot. Leon is coming back, Silver Knight. Season 4 is in the works. I'm still working on the kind of opening trailer for that, which is going to be a kind of a retrospective of his journey so far in Skyrim. So if you've never actually seen that series, that might be a good point to jump on, because it will kind of cover a lot of that, yeah, a lot of the events that have happened so far. Yeah. Martin Kelly, look up a book called Contest by Matthew Riley. Okay, alright, I'll check it out. Yeah, sorry, Kenny, I don't know. I don't know where I want Elder Scrolls 6 to be set. I really don't know. I don't have any kind of set desire for something. I've always thought, like, I've thought that doing something in Hammerfell would be nice to kind of revisit, but because I think they could do it really, really well. But yeah, I'm not sure specifically where I would want it to be set. I think whatever they do, it's going to be great. I'm going to really enjoy it. I just hope that they get enough time. Okay, can I get fries with that in Blake's voice? Well, Blake would be very nervous as he's reading it out as best as possible. But he would ask, can I get fries with that? I'd appreciate it because I'm hungry. My helicopter crashed and I haven't eaten anything for days, and some fries, even just by themselves, would be perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that's Blake, and I would really need some water. And Axel, I would not be able to say that without having water beforehand. So who knows? Maybe on the Discord, I'll say that privately later, huh? I think it's going to wrap us up. So before we do wrap up today, I need to give a great big thank you to all of our patrons. So I need to just go over and try and find, oh god, we're having things disappear. I apologize if that ends up happening. I had all this set up before, but as always, that kind of falls apart and goes to hell. But if you would allow me a moment, I'm going to go ahead and pull up all of our patrons and give a thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel throughout the month, because it makes a huge difference. I know sometimes it might not seem like it does. Even $1 does make a huge difference, because it just makes it makes this possible. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to do this without you. I wouldn't be able to do this without everyone that is watching all the series that I'm running at the moment, but the patrons, you just make it that much more feasible, because we all know how kind of the flow of things on YouTube changes all the time. But the thing is, your support, that's something that I can rely on. So thank you for that. It's always weird. I always find it hard to like kind of properly thank people for that, but it does mean so much to me. So thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into that list. I'm going to do the best I can with everyone's names. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. So we're going to start off with Hortonainen, Parapluie Fox, Red. I'm struggling already. I swear I just need a glass of water and I'd probably be fine. R Red 1234, Dante Jesper Winchester, Damien Salazar, Galag Helros, Jan Parkey, Dan Pugh, Christopher Brady, Louis Hubbock, Epic Apathy, Little Black Duck, Ryan Brady, Scott Andrews, Ben Hollingshead, Anika Lisa Dantoft, Axel Roxanne, Void Empress Supreme, Kazak, E-Power, Matt Razor, Nicholas Campbell, Persistent Noob, Skyware Chicken, Shadow Thief, Kyrak Drakar, Duncan Sheelan, Athluis, Lao Shi, Chakras, Daniela D. Bernandi, Jackie Coley, William Horn, Yanni Palanen, Luca Sessin, Zogby Paiva. Luca, I always struggle with that. I'm so sorry. I should get better. Daniel Carpenter, Dr. V, James Cooper, Paul Miguel, James McCarthy, Solus Sphere, Mick, Hauk Hansen, Cursors, Elin Heaton, Mole TM, Martin Ammentorp, Jack Foster, Alyssa Vetter, Corrine Dorsey, Lucas Young, Kib, Robert Oberg, Joshua Mail, Tom Eric Michaelson, Morgan Johnston, Hawkeye Latour, Division Error, Ray Harris, Elmilthian, Zero Zulu, Rasmus Kreberg, Brett Jones, Dan Salvati, Anna Velchevin, Nicholas Wilkes, Gravedigger Mordecai, Stice, Dominic Kemp, Logiwonk, Doom Engineer, Doomgineer, Skumakin, Max Goldfine, Spencer Henriksen, Red Noah, Glenn Dean, Calvin Fisher Jr., Anvil Pants, Roman Yats. Oh, Roman, I'm so sorry. Roman, I'll have to practice that one. Yeah, I won't even be able to try. I'm so sorry. I apologize, Roman, but Roman, you know who you are. Ron Labrie, D. Johnson, Jeffrey Fawcett, Alfredo Anselmi Kumalainen, Brian Olmsted, Matt, Scott Wilhelm, Tim Berry, Colton Brattle Brown, Christopher Owen, Jack of Kel, and Flinty. Good gosh, we got there. And I apologize to anyone who is out there who was listening to that and I mucked up your name. Roman, I'm so sorry. That last name is something. It is something. It's a fantastic last name. I will have to run that through some kind of pronunciation generation to be able to learn exactly how to say that. But thank you so much to everyone who has supported the channel throughout the month and in the past. It is, as always, appreciated. But guys and gals, that is going to wrap up today's Town Hall. Thank you all for joining me. If you haven't seen Zealand yet, please do go check it out. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Remember, it is also available in an audio format if you would like that. The link to that will be below on the Zealand video, and you can subscribe to that podcast so as soon as the new episode comes out, pardon me, you will receive it there. So, yeah, and let me know what you think of it, let me know what you think of the system. We don't do too many rolls throughout the first episode itself, but yeah, still, let me know what you think, and what I can try and improve upon in the next session. I feel like there's a lot that I can do technically to kind of try and improve the audio as much as possible, but trying to capture the voices of 5 people and have them kind of level out is not so easy. It's much more of a difficult task than I could have imagined beforehand. But yes, thank you all for joining me for this one. Logan's Tale is going to be out right now, actually. I think Logan should be up and available right now. So yeah, it's been fantastic seeing you all, fantastic hanging out. So I will see you all at the next Town Hall. I have been Rycon, you have all been awesome, and until next time, stay tuned. And now I'm going to disappear magically into the ether.